Hello and welcome to the highlights of day number 1 between Professional County Club Select 11 and Pakistan. News from the toss is that PCC 11 have won the toss and they are batting first. Two openers are out there in the middle and Mohammad Abbas will be operating from Pakistan. A beautiful delivery, they are appealing. Mohammad Rizwan looks absolutely confident, but umpire has nodded his head. He says that's a not out. Emilio Gay and Haynes are the two opening batters. Width outside off over the head of the slip fielder. This one goes away to the third man region for a boundary. First boundary of the innings and first runs on the board for the PCC 11. Mohammad Abbas, and that's a beautiful delivery. Outside edge, easy capped for the fielder at slip, and Mohammad Abbas strikes in his second over. First wicket for Abbas, a first blow for PCC Select 11. Khurram Shahzad then drills on the onside. That's a good shot. Good roll of the wrist on the onside. Another boundary for Haynes. He looks in absolutely sublime touch. Khurram Shahzad in once again through the offside between the slips and the gully. The ball races across the third man fence for a boundary. Second boundary of the over. Haynes continue his good form. Khurram Shahzad in once again with flashing blade through the offside. Gets another boundary. That's a third one of the over. Blistering start for the PCC 11. Khurram Shahzad in once again. Drills straight down the ground. Beats the fielder. This one races across to the long off fence. Make that another boundary. 4 boundaries of the over. That's an expensive one from Khurram Shahzad. 4 done. 34 no loss. Khurram Shahzad in once again. And Haynes, this time he drills through the offside. Flurry of boundaries for the PCC 11. And under pressure is Khurram Shahzad at the moment. Runs are leaking left, right and centre. Abbas in. Outside edge. Ryu has to go back and Mohammad Abbas gets a reward from bowling in consistent areas. He's been bowling with consistent line and length and he strikes once again. Abbas in once again to Haynes on the onside, on the pads. Easy picking for in-form Haynes and he gets it away with absolute flair. Another boundary to Haynes and PCC 11. Mohammad Abbas will continue his spell. Through the offside, what a shot that is. This guy possesses some power. Great balance, hands through the line of the ball, brilliant coordination, another boundary. Again wet, again flashing blade, another boundary. Haynes moves to 41 and struggle continues for Pakistani medium pacer here. Mohammad Ali introduced in the attack, over pitch delivery. Falkner dribbles on the onside and he gets a boundary this time around. So he joins the party with Haynes. Falkner and Haynes, they have built the partnership and they are continuing the momentum. Abbas continues on the offside. Once again, width on offer. And he gets another boundary. Whenever you bowl outside off stump, you give any sort of width to Haynes, he's not going to spare you. Score moves to 62. Mohammad Ali continues. That's a loud shout. Umpire raises a finger. Seems to be pitching outside the line of leg stump, but umpire raises a finger. It's a big blow for PCC 11. Mohammad Ali strikes third wicket for Pakistan. Ali continuing. Falkner driven on the offside. He gets a boundary. Joins the act. Safzeb is a new batter in. And the partnership continues to flurry for the PCC 11. Amir Jamal has been introduced in the attack. This one goes through the slip and the gully region. Another boundary for PCC 11. The score moves to 81 with this boundary. Ubaid Shah introduced in the attack. Drilled straight down the ground. That's a very good shot. Brilliant timing on offer from Zeb. He gets his first boundary. That is a decent partnership building between Falkner and Zeb. Ubaid Shah continues. This time width through the offside. He gets another boundary. So runs continue to flow for PCC 11. And they are putting Pakistani bowlers on the back foot here during the first session. 93 for 3 at the end of 18. Ubaid Shah continues. A good short pitch delivery, but well guided over the fielder at slip and gully. The ball races across the third man fence for a boundary. Once again, width on the offside. Once again, hands through the line of the ball. That has been the key feature for Falkner's batting. He gets another boundary. And the struggle for the Pakistani pacemen continue. Khurram Shahzad has been brought back into the attack and he's been greeted gleefully by Zeb, who drills it down the ground for a boundary, taking the score to 131. Khurram Shehzad will continue. Once again played with the soft hands. Out to fielder, a third man. The ball goes across the fence for a boundary. Lightning quick outfield at the Buckingham County ground. Score moves to 136. Pakistan brings Salman Ali Agha in the attack. Reverse sweep attempted and gets another boundary. So runs continue to come. This partnership has been a vital one for the PCC 11. Runs flowing left, right and centre. 140 for 3. Sweeps and sweeps well. Zeb backward a square. The ball races across the fence for another boundary. Second one of the over. Score moves to 144. We're into over number 27. Agha continues on the back foot. Over the fielder at point. This goes for another boundary, adding insult to injury. And the frustrated looking Pakistani attack has been taken to the cleaners by these two young batters from PCC 11. Slightly overpaged through the offside again and gets another boundary. Zeb and Falkner are adding runs. Both of these batters have crossed the 50 runs mark. Khurram Shehzad will continue. This time again width through the offside. That's a very good shot. Brilliant balance. Hand through the line of the ball. He gets another boundary. Score moves to 175 with this boundary and the pressure is mounting on Pakistan. Ali Usman has been brought in the attack. A full toss. Dealt very nicely and the ball races across the fence for a boundary. Good start for Falkner and Beckinston is adding some runs as well for PCC. Mohammad Abbas has been brought in the attack. Outside edge. That's a soft dismissal. Batter looked absolutely shocked and umpire has raised his finger. Mohammad Abbas. It's a good comeback spell from him. He gets his third wicket. Abbas will continue. On the onside, easy pickings for the batter. Nice roll of the wrist and will get a boundary. The first one of the over. Score moves to 207. We're into over number 43. Muhammad Ali played with soft hands out to the third man region. But the outfield is lightning quick and this one will go across the skirtings for a boundary. 212 for 5. Short ball. Try to pull that one half-heartedly. Wicketkeeper comes underneath that one and Muhammad Ali has got his second wicket. 6 wickets down for PCC 11 and Pakistani bowlers are making some sort of a comeback here. 212 for the loss of 6 wickets. 10 is a new batter in. On the onside, right in the hands of the fielder. Back-to-back wickets for Muhammad Ali. He's been bowling consistently in the right areas, right channels. And he picked up his third wicket. We're going to see Muhammad Ali more often in the upcoming 3 weeks on this tour. Ali Usman will continue against Sales. Drills through the offside. That's a bad ball. Width on offer. Has made full use of that Sales and gets a boundary to take the score to 216 for 7. Ahmed Jamal has been brought in the attack. Width once again. That has been the poor area from the Pakistani bowlers. They provided so much width on the offside and on the onside as well, making full use of that, the batter on this occasion. Ahmed Jamal. That's an outside edge. That's an inside edge rather. Wicketkeeper takes that one and Amir Jamal strikes. Pakistan have got their 8th wicket. 227 for 8. PCC 11. They are sinking down at the moment. Fisher's the new batter in. Again width. Again past the fielder at point. Again this runs across the fence for 4. Boundary takes the score to 233 for the loss of 8 wickets. We are into over number 57. It had been a hard grind for the Pakistani bowlers. Once again over the top of the fielder. Once again the ball will go across the fence for 4 runs. The tail enders, they are adding runs for the PCC 11 and definitely adding some insult to injury for the Pakistani bowlers. Ubaid Shah has been brought back in the attack. Surprisingly, he's just been given 4 overs. He's into over number 5 and he starts the over with another boundary. Amir Jamal flicks on the onside. Fisher. Easy pickings for the batter and he gets another boundary. Score moves to 257 and the lower order batters are adding some valuable runs for PCC 11. Ubaid Shah comes in and given a width off the offside and gets another boundary. 262 for 8. Poor bowling display from Ubaid Shah here on the day 1. 262 for 8 PCC 11. Ubaid Shah comes in again. Another short ball. Another beautifully disguised shot over the head of the fielder gets another boundary, taking the score to 266. What a valuable partnership this has been for PCC Select 11. Bachayan, similar sort of a delivery, width outside off, easy picking for the batter, hands through the line of the ball. He gets it away to take the score to 280. Ali Usman, can he wrap up the innings for the PCC 11? Outside edge, safe hands from the slip fielder. South Shakil doesn't make a mistake. And wicket number 9 goes down for PCC. And a sigh of relief for Pakistan. Oh, long hop. Pick that one, Fisher, and has deposited it over the mid-wicket stand for a 6. That's the first 6 of the innings, taking the score to 300. Khurram Shehzad comes in, outside edge. Pakistan have dismissed the PCC 11 for 303. Khurram Shehzad, Mohammad Abbas has been among the wickets for Pakistan alongside Mohammad Ali. So 303 is what they've managed to put on the board. Credit goes to the Pakistani bowling lineup who have wrapped up the PCC 11 for 303 runs. Pakistani openers are out there in the middle. Azan Awais, who had a decent tour of Caribbean. On the other hand, Imamul Haq has a point to prove. There have been a lot of talks about his selection in the 11 and he has to get going right from the word go. Azan Awais and Imamul Haq, the 2 opening batters for Pakistan, and Fisher, who made a half century, will be operating. That's a very good shot. Azan Awais drills it down the ground, gets a boundary to start the proceedings for Pakistan. First runs on the board for Azan and first runs on the board for Pakistan. Hull will continue. Driven on the offside. That's a very good shot. We have seen this throughout the day that if you're going to provide width to the batters, they are going to pounce on that one. Second boundary for Azan Awais. Gilchrist comes in, outside edge between the slip and gully. The ball races across the fence for a boundary. The first one for Imamul Haq. Score moves to 31. We're into over number 9. Gilchrist comes in, outside edge. The catch has been put down by the slip fielder. There was definitely an opportunity. And again, Imamul Haq strangling through that third, fourth stump legion line. Shoaib Bashir comes in the attack. On the back foot, punched right next to the fielder at mid-wicket. This goes across the fence for a boundary. Third boundary for Imamul Haq. He moves to 22 with this boundary. Pakistan enters 40. Oh, beautiful shot. But played out with the straight bat. Fielded by the fielder. And this closes the over number 13. And this closes the day. It has been an eventful day at the Buckingham County ground where Pakistan bowled the PCC 11 for 303. And in reply to 303, Pakistani openers had a fairly decent start. 44 without the loss of any wicket. Pakistan at the end of 13 overs. Imamul Haq on 26, Azan Awais on 15. We'll see you tomorrow with the action of day number 2.
After 20 long years of war and wandering, Odysseus finally washes ashore, naked, exhausted, and barely alive, on the beaches of his homeland, Ithaca. The great warrior who once helped conquer Troy is now a broken man, far from the glory he once knew. Right from the start, Odysseus gives us a glimpse into his past, his role in the Trojan War, the brutal battles, and the years spent trying to return home. But Ithaca isn't the place he remembers. Trouble brews in his absence. We shift to Telemachus, his son, a young prince who's never laid eyes on his father. Raised without him, Telemachus now finds himself overwhelmed. Dozens of suitors have overrun the palace, each one fighting to marry Queen Penelope and claim the throne. They eat his food, mock his authority, and poison his home with arrogance and greed. Penelope, still loyal to Odysseus after all these years, faces mounting pressure to choose a new husband. Among the suitors, Eurymachus stands out as particularly cruel. He openly threatens Telemachus, but before things escalate, Antinous, the most powerful of the suitors, steps in. Antinous isn't exactly noble though. He tells Telemachus to convince Penelope to marry him, promising to restore order and protect the royal family. But Telemachus doesn't buy it. He sees through the lie and calls Antinous out, saying he's just as selfish and dangerous as the rest. Elsewhere in the palace, Penelope distracts herself by weaving a burial shroud for her dying father-in-law. She uses it as an excuse to delay making a decision. One of the suitors, Ctesippus, tries to push her again, demanding that she choose someone and put an end to the chaos. But Penelope calmly refuses, insisting she'll choose only after finishing the shroud. Meanwhile, 2 suitors stumble across a man floating in the sea. It's Odysseus, but they don't recognize him. Instead of helping, They sneer at him and toss him back into the waves, saying they have enough competition already. Later that day, those same suitors go hunting and come across a young couple camping nearby. When they find out the girl isn't in the tent, they don't hesitate. They kill her boyfriend without mercy, laughing as they walk away. Their cruelty knows no limits. Eventually, Odysseus crawls back onto shore and collapses. Eumaeus, a humble swineherd loyal to the royal family, finds him lying there and brings him home. He cleans Odysseus's wounds and gives him shelter, not knowing who he truly is. The next morning, Melanthius, another swineherd, spots the stranger and scoffs at Eumaeus for taking him in. He warns that strangers bring trouble, but Eumaeus stands his ground. He says they haven't turned this man into an animal just yet. As Odysseus slowly recovers, he shares dark memories of the Trojan War with Eumaeus, Melanthius, and another worker named Dolichius. He speaks of blood-soaked battles, fallen comrades, and the fiery end of Troy. He once ruled as a mighty king, but now he's haunted, scarred inside and out. A shell of who he used to be. Dolichius grows frustrated. He doesn't hold back and demands to know why Odysseus even bothered coming back. Back at the palace, Penelope notices something troubling. Her maids are secretly sleeping with the suitors. She watches quietly from the shadows, heartbroken and alone. Each night, after everyone sleeps, she returns to the burial shroud and unravels a little bit of it, quietly undoing her day's work, prolonging her decision. One night, Telemachus catches her sneaking around. He confronts her, confused and suspicious. He's heard the whispers, the rumors. In a moment of pain, he accuses her of betrayal, completely unaware of the quiet resistance she performs every single night. The next morning, Telemachus makes a quiet journey to see his grandfather, the former king of Ithaca. He hopes to bring him back to the palace and restore some sense of family. But the old man, now worn down by age and suffering from dementia, barely remembers why he waited all those years. After holding on to hope for so long, he's convinced Odysseus will never return. But Telemachus isn't ready to give up. Driven by frustration and a need for answers, he leaves the island with a group of fishermen. Together, they set off toward the mainland, hoping anyone, has news of his missing father. Back on Ithaca, Penelope grows anxious about her son's safety. Desperate for information, she turns to the last person she wants to ask, Antinous. He pretends to help, but he's got his own agenda. Antinous uses this opportunity to tighten his grip, pressuring her once again to marry him. He frames it as concern, but it's clearly manipulation. Later, Antinous meets with the other suitors in private. Some want to eliminate Telemachus before he becomes a real threat, but Antinous plays it smart. He tells him to wait, arguing that killing the prince now might turn the people against them. Soon after, Antinous and a few of his men head to the old king's home, possibly looking for leverage or weakness. But when they arrive, they find only sorrow. The old king has died. Eumaeus, ever loyal, delivers the sad news to Odysseus. From a distance, hidden behind a tree, Odysseus secretly watches his father's funeral. He doesn't reveal himself, he just stands there, grieving in silence. Meanwhile, the suitors grow bolder and more aggressive. They crowd Penelope day and night, insisting that Odysseus must be dead by now. Backed into a corner, Penelope finally gives them an answer. She announces that she will